this is Jason from Team Dignitas, and I'm here with Azingy on week 9 of the LCS and the last week of the spring split for 2015. So hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
So what I want to start the interview is talking about your transition from the challenger scene into the LCS. So what was the biggest change for you, and do you feel that you've seen like a huge increase in the level of play and the level of commitment?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have a much different playstyle in the competitive scene, or in the pro scene. And as for commitment, yeah, pro players are gonna have more commitment. I guess you can say that.
Okay, so what was the tryout process like for the team? Because you had been listed as a sub ever since sometime in 2014. Was it easy because of that process once Cloud Win was phased out, or did you try out for your spot? Were there other contenders?
Well, I've been a sub since February 2014, and as for the tryout process, it was I don't think I was trying out against many other junglers, but once I played a few scrims with the team, they told me to fly over to LA and to play for the team.
Wow, so what was your reaction to that?
I mean, getting into the LCS is a pretty big opportunity. That's pretty much the biggest opportunity you can get off of League. And yeah, I was excited to join the team.
Yeah. So how has it been, joining this international team where you have 2 Korean players, a European coach, and largely American, and the rest being American?
It doesn't feel that different from just all being American. It's pretty cool. I like this team.
Okay, and
the coaching staff or the coach.
Yeah, how has it been with Rico?
It's been good. I think he helps us a lot, and I guess we have 2 coaches. But yeah, normally we'll just talk with Rico after each game. The other coach just talks about our games in the LCS.
So do you enjoy having the Korean coach Joyluck? Do you feel that it communicates better with the Koreans, with KorJJ and Gamsu?
Yeah, it should. There's a translator that Joyluck joins the Skype call with. And yeah, it helps with discussing the game. Okay.
So one of the things that Melixia and Rico said about you in a prolonged interview with Travis was how they felt that you really had a desire to become better, that you were staying up late after night watching replays, that you were grinding solo queue really hard, and they just saw this work ethic that you had that they were really impressed with. Do you feel that's a fair explanation of your commitment?
I want to be as committed as I can. I want to, of course I want to try and improve as much as I can. As for solo queue, that's pretty much all I do, and I'll try to watch some replays, but sometimes solo queue can be pretty distracting. So it's most of my time is spent on solo queue, but I think I should devote more time to videos.
So do you watch other regions then?
Yeah, it'll be the NA scene mostly, but the other region I'll watch is just Korea or China, because those are the better teams in the world.
Do you really, because I know KorJJ and Gamsu, they still watch pretty much every Korean game. They watch a lot of the Chinese games. Do you feel that they have an influence on your strategies? And then obviously with Joyluck living in Korea and still being a large part of he's challenger in Korea in solo queue, I know. So do you think that really has an impact on your playstyle?
I can't tell. It's really hard to tell.
Okay. But do you think you've evolved as a player since joining Team Dignitas?
Oh yeah, definitely, and I can tell there's still a lot of things to learn. like in the competitive scene, like the way pro players play is just way too different from the amateur scene.
Can you expand upon that?
Like in the amateur scene, it's not even that much different from solo queue. Like the main thing that makes it different than solo queue is just the 2v1 swaps. Like you'll never see 2v1 swaps in solo queue, but then other than that, it's just not that different.
Alright. Okay. So one thing, speaking of solo queue, that you are kind of known for is your crazy off-the-wall meta picks, you know, your Jungle Karthus, your Jungle Fiddlesticks. However, in the LCS, you've mainly been sticking to the meta champions. You had that one game as Fiddlesticks, and you've played the last 3 games on Zac. But overall, you know, you're sticking to the Juggernaut, or what is it called? Cinderhulk meta?
Yeah, they call it Cinderhulk now.
Yeah. So why do you think that is? Why aren't you bringing these crazy meta picks?
Well, if you don't see other pro players using those kinds of picks, normally it's a good idea not to use those picks. Like, one of the weaknesses of Fiddlesticks is that, you know, his ult is actually short range, so it's a risky pick. Like, it can still work, but like you're not going to see other pro players pick it because they don't think it's worth the risk.
Mm-hmm. And then with Karthus?
Karthus jungle. Like, it works in solo queue, for sure. Would I consider it in a competitive game? I'm not sure. Like, we would have to scrim with it a lot more, and then see how well that does.
Okay. So, finally, how are you feeling about going into relegations? Because I mean, it's different for you because you've spent so much time in the challenger scene, and you know you were in the NACS at the beginning of the split. So it seems like you really have a better understanding onto those teams than, you know, the rest of Dignitas or Winter Fox does. So do you think that gives you an edge in playing against them?
Well, I only played up to the 2nd week of the NACS, and in 2 or 3 weeks, I think they'll be much different. They'll have a 1 month of scrim time after that too, because like relegations from now is it's 1 month from now apparently.
Okay.
And yeah, teams can change a lot, so the information I had back then might not be that useful. But yeah, it'll be interesting to play against the teams in relegations that I was playing in the NACS.
Okay. So, finally, in your first match in the LCS against TSM, you took the wrong Masteries, and you know, it was obviously a mistake. It might have been something with the client, but how did you move past it? How did you just, like, did it affect you as like a player? Did it mess with you mentally, or, you know, how did you just move past it?
Well, when I first noticed I had AP runes, I felt pretty bad about it, but I was still trying my best in that game. Like, even though it was against TSM, like, you can't afford to have AP runes on bye against TSM. But yeah, like, my teammate said don't worry about it, and like, I still tried my hardest, but yeah, those AP runes actually made it a lot harder, so yeah. But it was against TSM. It was going to be a really hard game anyways. I don't think, like, it would actually be worse if I had like AP runes on bye on a team that that was much easier to face against.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you for the interview. Do you have anyone that you'd like to thank or shout out to?
Thanks to my sponsors, Corsair Gaming, Alienware, Western Digital, Scan Computer, and my coaching staff for helping me get better at the game.
Okay, thank you so much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Shifter.
Hi, I'm Cole JJ.
And we're from
Team Dignitas. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.